All right, we are good. Go ahead and hang that up. See who's going to be the very first person to chat. Honestly, I should probably make the thumbnail the post on Instagram. Guess while I'm at it. Let everybody get their notifications. And this gives me a chance to make the post I want. I'm so scared of making one of the live streams private. Yo, Gino, very first one to the chat, my man. The Cyber Ninja, second person to the chat. How y'all freaking doing? I'm just going to go ahead and share something here, let people get their notifications. I am starting to think about doing I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. I'm thinking about making one of the steps to enter being a subscriber of the streaming channel. So if you guys are already subscribed, then that's good news for you guys. Let me go ahead and make a post real quick. Let people get their noties. The Cyber Ninja, that's freaking good, my man. Just going to go ahead and make this post. Okay. I think we are good. Now I can just pay attention to chat. How y'all freaking doing? Gino, yes, another bonus stream. What's great about having... Hopefully everything sounds good, by the way. What's good about having like my own dedicated channel just to doing live streams is I don't have to only stream on Friday. I can stream whenever the hell I want to. I just finished up a video like an hour ago. It was the episode 2 of the monthly dose of airsoft. So that video is posted for tier 2 members. I got to get it approved by YouTube so I can make it go public for everyone else. But it will go live in 2 days' time, hopefully, if everything works out. So I guess until then, I'm just going to be chilling. Probably the very next video will be our Arcturus LWT giveaway over a gray model. Austin Kerr, how you freaking doing, my dude? Picture, sound, good, awesome. Honestly, I know the sound sounds like dog shit still. I still have 2 burnt out USBs. Hopefully I'll be getting those repaired. My whole laptop will get repaired later on this month. I'm putting the money off to the side already. It's going to be like a $200 job because they charge me for 2 hours, but they say that the USB replacements is like, it's no big deal to them. So I'll just get charged for the 2 hours and the parts that they have to put into my Alienware. So it's going to be like a $200 job. But yeah, once I get those 2 USB ports fixed, I can actually have my legitimate microphone set up. Because this audio, honestly, I hate it. But honestly, guys, we have some stuff going on. I do want to check out Reddit, see what kind of cool stuff is going on there again. Loadouts. I'm also going to be ranking other people's loadouts. So if you guys have anything that you guys want me to check out, go ahead and email us, or you can tag us on Instagram. So if you guys want me to react to anything, feel free to let me know in the chat, and we can definitely take a look at some stuff. We'll probably be browsing all over the internet like we normally do. So if there's any gun recommendations or like gun questions, or there's anything on the web that you've seen recently you think I should take a look at, let me know. I kind of lost interest in airsoft. What should I do to want to play it again? First off, real quick, I just realized that I made a little oopsie. I didn't plug in Ethernet cable. I lost interest in airsoft. One thing I kind of recommend to people whenever they lose interest in airsoft is take a look at other replicas at different loadouts. If you're interested in doing impressions, that's always a good thing to do. Hopefully this doesn't crash the live stream. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. If it does, I'll just relaunch it right afterwards. Are we good? Hopefully it transitions from Wi-Fi to Ethernet without shutting down the live stream. Because I always like to live stream with Ethernet cable if I can. Yeah, if you're losing interest in airsoft, I always recommend trying out different replicas you've never messed with before. Maybe even a different power source if you want to mess around with some gas blowback stuff. Because that's how I have a lot of my fun. And then you just got to meet that one friend a lot of times, and you'll really enjoy yourself at different fields. So it's always cool to just try out different places if you can, and different replicas, different play styles and stuff. Why not just play like it's like the MLG height of Call of Duty and just run balls to the wall in a skirmish event and just go insane with it? You might really, really enjoy yourself like that. I'm moving to California soon, but I hope there are airsoft fields there. I can't find any in the entire country that I live in right now. Stinky Pinky, how you freaking doing? I'm moving to Colombia soon, and I hope that there are airsoft fields there. I can't find any. Oh, I thought you said California. I thought you said California for whatever reason. I read that stupid. Colombia. I don't know about Colombian airsoft. I've never heard anything about it. These aren't really pants anymore. I wear these around the house. These are becoming shorts. Yeah, I don't know anything about Colombian airsoft. Usually whenever I find places to play, it's just me typing in like the way I found my home field was I looked up San Antonio Airsoft, and that's how I got Mission Airsoft to pop up on Google. So yeah, you might just have to do some Google searches, maybe some YouTube searches. I don't know anything about Colombian Airsoft. I'm sorry about that, my man. I guess let me go ahead and grab my laptop here, and I guess we'll see what we can find today. Okay, seems like everything's working right. So let me go ahead and go to Little Scott mode. See what we can find. Like I do every day, I type up evic and see what we can find new. I just try to like go through all the new stuff, see if anything pops up. And it kind of looks like the same old stuff as yesterday, so nothing special going on today. So I guess we can go straight on over to Reddit. Can I log in? I'll try to... Yeah, I'm just going to log into Reddit real quick and then see what's new. Okay, let's go to the Airsoft subreddit and see what sparks my interest. So, roast my kit. First off, I guess, right off the bat, that all looks good. Love the PKM. That looks fine. I wonder what he has in these. Is it AK mags or just other, like, either bottles of BBs for the PKM or not? I actually am very happy that he has the mock rounds in here. That's a very nice addition to a PKM. Need a stronger neck. Nah, that's coming from skinny little me. Seems fine. I wonder what his eye protection is, though. Gotta love a PKM on the field, though. Absolutely do. Especially if you know how to use a PKM, you can be a seriously annoying player with it in a good way. That'll be great for your players. Very serious Milsim kit. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Definitely love players when they just tried doing some different stuff. Uncle said he's never used it and gave it to me for free. Is it a W for me today? I can't tell what it is exactly, like gun-wise. I would surmise that this is a G&G or an A&K. I'm not quite sure. Any free gun, honestly, as long as it's working to some capacity, is probably a win. So I don't see why that would be a problem. BB Man Gaming, yo, thank you very much for watching, man. I very much appreciate you. I'm thinking about trying to make a Half-Life themed loadout if I decide to go get back in the airsoft. That's definitely one way to really enjoy yourself. Scott, what was the grenades with foam balls again? Oh, yeah, I can bring that up. I can't remember off the top of my head now. It's like Z20 or something. Z shell. It was like Z something. Okay, no, I guess not. It was in the new arrivals. What was that, actually? It's like Z-Shot? But I don't think it's Z-Shot because that's an actual older airsoft company. 40 Max. It was 40 Max. So, yeah, my home field allows for, like, ball when it comes to grenades. So, yeah, I was probably going to order a couple of these next month just to see if they work out with the M203, M16 combo that I'm working on right now. So it's the 40 Max shell. I looked up some videos. They looked all right. Good photography. Hired my school photographer. All right, let's see. That looks like the exact same pose. Let's see. Real far away. That's a good shot. And I love this type of like mask, but I wonder if that really interferes with aiming down sights. He has the super high razors on this MCX. And I like this build. That actually looks really cool. I love the really tiny like MCXs. Looks very vibrant. But trying to pay attention to the kit. It's got this huge red patch. Hopefully that doesn't stand out too much. This hat is probably held on specifically just with the mask. So, yeah. With the headset. Seems like a pretty cool setup. I really do like his MCX, though. He's got the EPM 1s in here, so he's got like 200 rounds right off the bat. So, holy crap. I made this super huge. Looks good. Did I miss something here? I'm sorry. Yo, Kerr, I'm so sorry that I didn't even realize that you donated, my man. I need to pop in my freaking headphones. Let me show some love to Kerr for being the first donator of the stream today. Yo, thank you very much, my man. Yeah, I should probably pop in my headphones. I feel like such a dickhead if I'm totally missing donations. I'm so sorry, my man. Let's get Kerr some love here. Get... There we go. What? That patch could be his dead rag. Yeah, it's a pretty big... It was a pretty big red patch. I think that would stand out a little bit, but if it doesn't, then definitely good for him on that. There was an option here that I thought I saw. Yes, it was right. That's what I want. Boom. Yeah. Okay. All good. Kerr, thank you very much for the $5 dono. I very much appreciate you, my man. You missed a dono. Yep. Hopefully, I wanted to make sure I absolutely donated him. Thank you very much, my man. Okay. Okay, I'm all caught up. Still trying to get used to this. This is a little different for me because of the way I used to stream, but all around, pretty cool loadout. I really like it. I love, like, Airsoft is starting to get more and more unique from what I see on the internet, and I'm very happy about it. The demolition crew has arrived. I would think, wait a minute, this is him. This is my buddy Josh. I was like, this reminds me of Josh's collection that we saw in Canada. I still love that he has an AT4 and he has 2 RPGs. The Carl Gustav. Well, here's the AT4. This is the M72 Law. I'm sorry. I can't remember what the hell this little one was, though. I can't remember that one. SVD. Trying to see what sparks my interest here. This photo is so old. Nothing can beat an HK slap. This photo is so old. God. All right. Let's see. Tavor. Got myself this beauty. You don't see Tavors very often anymore. It's a shame. He has the right sling, and I like that. But yeah, and he's got a hollow sun on it, so he's got a legitimate sight on it, which is nice too. Not a bad piece. It's the S&T one. I really don't like that this trademarked right on the bolt. But honestly, you really don't see these type of Tavors anymore. Usually you have like the flat rail that goes all the way to the top. I wanted to get one of these with the Mars sight. If anybody remembers that. I think Ares did it forever ago. Yeah, I think Ares did it. And I know it ended up all over the place. But yeah, this setup was really, really cool to me. But now I can't find this anywhere. I haven't seen it in so very long. But the Tavor, I like it. And then sometimes I really don't like it. It's like one of those things that just sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But we never really got a really good X95 that would have like suited my Black Ops 2 vibes. Gigan, how you freaking doing, my man? Do you have a dream loadout? That patch could be zip. A dream loadout? I don't know what my dream loadout would be. I initially started Airsoft because of World War II reenactments. So honestly, I would love to build like some type of like winter loadout. But I don't know. It was like kind of the thing I wanted to do. But I don't know if I really have a dream loadout, honestly. I don't think I do. I generally play Airsoft just like a big game of Call of Duty, so I don't take it very seriously. But I would love to do a World War II loadout of some sort with an M1 Garand, which I just got my Garand back not too long ago. It's still in parts and pieces in a box, so it needs to be completely put back together. And Yamcha is about to get his ass served here in a second if you follow Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I'm not sure if I really have a dream kit. I don't think I do. Getting my Lou loadouts ready, still something to be delivered. What are you waiting for, my man? What are you waiting on? Enjoy, like the stream. Yo, BB Man Gaming, thank you very much, my man. Definitely hit a like on the stream if you're enjoying yourself. Also, guys, if you want me to take a look at anything, let me know. I'm always up to just take a look at anything here. Let's see. Loadout for next Saturday. Here in Texas, where it's like getting really hot quickly because of summer coming around, I can rock with something like this, like short sleeve and all. And Yamcha's dead. So let's see what else. I see an SR-25 out and about. Let's see. Trying to look for something that gets my interest here. What is this? Wait. What is going on here? That is not what I wanted. This guy's making his own turret. Like his own sentry gun. Okay, it looks basic right now because he's still working on it, obviously, but that's kind of cool. I do wonder what the future plans of this are. Is it going to be hooked up to like an external remote or onto like some kind of iPad or something like that? You can make this really work as a sentry gun. That's going to get like, yeah, you can't use this at my field kind of vibe, you know? But really cool to see this kind of ingenuity. I would love to see something like this at least get implemented in some way on a field or some event. God, I just picked up an M16A4 and seeing an A3 or an A2 would be really cool right now. Let's see. What else? Oh, man. WEG36. Well, yeah, WE did make a G36, technically. I do love a good MG36 build, so this slaps really hard. I have one that I'm still working on right now, but it needs an internal overhaul. It's an AEG. It's one of the old Ares ones. But I didn't know, and this sucks. This is really dumb. Ares uses clockwise threads, so even though I've got the proper flash hider, I don't have the proper flash hider. I need one that's clockwise threaded, which is really annoying. I'd have to order it specifically from Ares, so I guess that's how they get you. Some parts of my rifle and chest rig, hopefully tomorrow. Kerr, that's awesome, my man. Last time you reached to Airsoft Rage vids, can you do more? Reacting? Well, I could react to some videos, honest. I could. I really don't want to have to react to like Rage and fight compilations. I really don't like those videos in general. I could react to whatever you guys are interested in, but I guess we'll let the chat decide what I take a look at. I don't want to have to watch cheater and fight videos again. But I did that one specifically because that was like, that could have been a really interesting situation whenever Charlie made that video, Moist Critical. Why didn't we ever get a good AK-12 of the prototype, man? We only got the well version. That's it. We did get the NPO. We did get the NPO AK-12. Which I never saw any of these. I've seen NPOs. I have never... Okay, well, that's the one that everybody and their grandma has made. I'm talking about this one. The one that's $840, which to some NPO owners out there, this isn't too much of a big deal. This was cool when we first saw Tim from Red Wolf showing it off. However, there was one thing that really bothered me, and this is coming like, I've never seen one of these at all. Never seen them in stores, never seen them in private hands, nothing. I have never seen one of these, period. And if I can go to YouTube, I know Red Wolf did a video about these. Okay, so it is. Oh, it was Mark. I thought it was Tim. So there was a comment I put on here. I remember was something along the lines of seems really unfinished. So what I meant about this is, where is it? It doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right to me. So let me first mute this. It looks really plasticky, and if you know anything about NPOs, you're paying a lot of money for, like, supposedly the most realistic AEGs a lot of times, right next to, like, E&L and such. But it just doesn't look right. The metal looks good. It's painted. It looks fine. The metal parts look fine. The furniture looks like crap to me. It looks like 3D printed, but, like, you just got it done off the... Like, you just printed it, and you didn't finish it up. You didn't sand it down or anything. It just looks like, yeah, fine, whatever, that's done. And they just moved on to the next thing. The grip looks like this. The stock looks like this. It doesn't look good. It, like I said in the comment, it just doesn't look finished. This could have been, because it doesn't look like this in the photos, even on the website. This could have been like a pre-sample or something, because I don't see this in the photos here. It doesn't look like that in the photos. Well, it kind of does. It kind of does. But that could be a lighting thing too. But I don't know. Does this just look rough? That just looks... It looks like really half-assed 3D printing. So, I don't know. Have you seen the video by Edith where he made a paintball turret that was purely automatic? If not, you should check it out. Gino, that is interesting. Scott, do you know if there is an airsoft field artillery unit? No, not really. There's mortars, but they're basically banned everywhere, so it's not like they would be very useful at all. But I did a thing where he made a paintball turret. I guess let's see. Is this the guy who... It could be the wrong person. Let me check this out first. Are these... Yeah, this guy who basically just shit on Brandon Herrera in a really cheeky, shitty way, right? Eesh. I made an illegal home security weapon. Well, system. Yeah, if you know anything about the whole Brandon Herrera situation, obviously I'm going to skip over a lot of chunks of this. I don't need to watch the whole thing, because that's not how I like to do things here. Let me just skip over to here. I guess I do need audio. Hello, play.
But fortunately for us, it crashed. So we took the opportunity to pour petrol all over Jordan, killing him.
Okay. Okay, so let me go over to somewhere like here. Didn't they make a... I think
For some reason, the robot ignored the face on his shirt and decided to kneecap Christo instead.
Try to shoot your knee.
So it's completely automated. That's interesting. And I can't remember, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I remember like a friend of mine showing a chunk of this where like it doesn't shoot you if you have this face or this color on you or something like that. Yeah, like it actually scans
Tested
you
out
somehow.
with some real paintballs. But there's a problem. This is also illegal. Like, very illegal. If I put a ball in the turret and shoot it in my house, the police will come and give me $100,000 fine, put me in prison, and then touch me.
Okay. I'm trying to think like Grand Theft Auto rules. Like they don't even physically have to see you. The stars just pop up in real life. What is your most realistic replica? It's probably my MG42. My G&G MG42 is... It's gotta be my most realistic piece. How much are those going for now? I was gonna buy 2 more magazines for it, and I entered a number. I was gonna buy extra magazines for it, and that is not right, Vic. But they sold out these magazines come and go pretty quickly. It is $2,100. This thing used to sell for like $1,700 when they were like new on the market. But inflation is a bitch. So, who's made a video on this? I think everybody who was anybody made a video on these things. Yeah, this thing is a monster. I'm going to give combat support some love here. So, it's all steel. It's all real wood. Barrel comes out like it should. You can take the gearbox out completely. I would love to show this off, but YouTube is like foaming at the mouth on shutting down any of my live streams, so I can't touch any of my replicas.
Is probably the closest replica you can get to the actual MG42. This is the MG42 to use. Real wood furniture and stamped steel construction, but not your everyday kind of stamped steel.
This thing is like 25 pounds. It's all steel, and this thing kills your back and your shoulders and your elbows. Just trying to aim up with this thing, actually shooting it from the shoulder is damn near impossible. Sometimes you're not aiming down the sights really quickly. And 25 pounds isn't even that heavy. Stop being a wimp. Dude, most of that weight is up front. So it's like holding 25 pounds out with an extended arm. So all this weight, it's like distributed throughout the whole thing. It's not all in the back. It's not all in the front. It's not all in the middle. It's distributed out throughout the whole thing. And it just weighs down so much on the handguard and the barrel shroud. Well, the barrel shroud and all that stuff. So, yeah. This thing kills you after a while. Sorry, I'm late. Just saw the stream. Not a problem, Jay Racer. I'm just kind of chilling out, just answering questions and such. Just chilling. Let's see. You have one. Yep, I got one of these. Now I'm trying to think. Let's see what new stuff has been posted on... Looks like C7 posted something. Let me see what the most recent things are for Airsoft. Let's see. It's usually just a bunch of shorts. I love how constantly it's trying to show me the curved... Now...
If you're getting shot all the time when you peek corners, it's probably because you haven't innovated like how I have.
I've gotten asked so many times, how did this happen? If you've ever seen the curved gun video, a lot of people asked, how did this happen? Or did I do this because I'm so bad at Airsoft that I broke my gun, I was pissed, or something like that. Like, there's so many dumb conspiracies about this thing. Supposedly, from what I was told from the guys at the Houston EVIC from the Houston EVIC, the EVIC Houston outpost, I'm trying to say, is that this got damaged in shipping and it just showed up like this to the outpost. I don't know what has to happen in shipping for this to happen. But it worked.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Still worked. It sounded terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But it worked.
Corners, it's probably...
I did wonder. They probably. I wonder if they still have this at the Houston Outpost store. If the range on it is really good, because that was just like 20 feet. So I wonder how good the range is sideways. The comments, of course, because it's a viral Airsoft video, are a lot of terrible ones. Any video about Airsoft that goes viral is usually flooded with a lot of terrible comments. Scout the Doggy, bless this man just for uploading over and over again. Just give him a little bit of extra. Destroying airsofters with the most realistic airsoft rifle ever. I'm gonna guess Tokyo Marui what? Tokyo Marui MWS. So it's the gas go back and forth. Okay. Lots of shorts videos, of course. The Cursed Luger with a big scope. Okay, so what is it? What did I call that? Historically accurate, I think. Just type in Airsoft and maybe it'll pop up. Yes. 4.4 million views. So I got called out on this video. Someone said that I was stealing. Yo. Swap back over. Yo, Lone Wolf. MG42 cataclysmic workout for the calisthenic. Oh, I'm sorry. Calisthenic workout for the week. What's up, Scott? Yo. So right away, First off, Lone Wolf with the biggest donation on the stream. Big love out to Lone Wolf. Absolutely big love out to Lone Wolf. I need to make a secret category at some point for like the biggest donators. Probably after this stream, I'll make it a separate thing. Lone Wolf, big love out to you. Thank you very much for the love. He is back. You guys just wait. Whenever we start doing giveaways here on this new channel, things are going to be crazy. Just reading comments from Instagram. Lone Wolf, big love out to you. Thank you very much for the 25 bomb. That's the biggest donation, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, my man. Geez, what was I saying? Yeah, when it came to this, people thought I stole this video from my friend. We actually put it right in the description and everything. This is Comrade Keish's video. I saw this on Instagram. I asked him if I could make this video, if I could post this video on the US Airsoft YouTube account. And he said, yes, I have the messages. It's totally fine. I assume that this is a WE Luger, which, no harm, no foul, because no one really cares about these. The rate of fire, just... a lot of comments were saying that this is the Pac-Man Luger, and yeah, it definitely looks like that. But this thing blew the hell up, man. I posted this at like 7 or 8 p.m. too, so I was actually very surprised by the turnout on this video. But yeah, this video blew up. Let's see what's going on here. What's up, Scott, my dude? Happy Sunday, bro. Hope you're well. DJ, I'm doing very freaking awesome right now, and I very much appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to... Actually, I need to pack up your winning gun. I will be giving away another Arcturus LWT Mark 1, I think it is. Another Mark 1 very soon. I gave away the other one, and it was won by DJ, so I need to pack that up and get that sent out. I will be giving another one away, and one of the steps to enter is you have to be subscribed to the Scott Hollenbeck streaming channel. So if you guys are already subscribed to the channel, then you guys are already entered into that one. The other steps are going to be like super easy. It's just going to be like, be subscribed to US Airsoft, be subscribed to the Scott Hollenbeck channel, and comment a certain phrase. That's usually how we tend to do it. And then you guys will be entered in. So definitely keep an eye on the US Airsoft channel for that. Let's see. Lone Wolf hitting the chat. He definitely is. Nice to see you here. Just a bunch of love for Lone Wolf. Absolutely love to see it. Okay. You know what's funny is I never actually watched the Origins of Airsoft video. I think we will here, but I'm gonna do this in such a way. First off, right away, always support the people that we're watching when it comes to the content that we at all make videos about. I'm not going to react to the entire video. I don't like to do it like that. I'm going to skip here and there because this isn't going to be me just, Hassan Pikering this bullshit. So I'm not going to be doing that. So I'm going to skip around a little bit in here. I actually have not watched this, so it's going to be like a first-time viewing of this completely. But definitely support the original content. If you guys are watching right now and you haven't already, definitely go check out the video yourself. Maybe leave a like. Comment if you would like to. I'm going to check it out because I know a lot of different stuff when it comes to the Origins of Airsoft. I know a lot of different people that have told me all sorts of different things. So I wonder what will fit, So I guess let's go ahead and check this out. My AEG is not shooting as far. How can I fix that? Daniel, hop-ups, barrels, and nubs. Those are the things, hop-up nubs are going to be the 3 things that are really going to support your accuracy and range. So you might need to just clean your inner barrel. That might be definitely something that can help you out. Clean your inner barrel. If that doesn't help, then maybe your hop-up needs some tinkering, maybe some new parts. Buckings do wear out.
Airsoft. A global battle sport based on the use of replica weapons that fire low-velocity plastic ammunition. Gaining in popularity for over 50 years, I started to ask myself, where did Airsoft come from?
I don't know why this is going to be the one thing that kind of got my interest. The fight between is Airsoft a sport or just a hobby? That gets a lot of, very that gets a lot of arguments back and forth, and some very passionate arguments, honestly.
Well, if you do a skim dive, you'll see that airsoft was created by this man, Ichiro Nagata, in Japan in the 1970s.
Now, I know that what I've been told, Ichiro didn't invent airsoft, and he doesn't even know why he's credited as such. Like, I know where this kind of thing comes from, because if you look up, like if I go back here to Google, who invented airsoft? Airsoft originated from Japan when photographer Ichiro Nagata, an avid shooting enthusiast himself, thought about making model guns that shoot real projectiles that could not kill. So, supposedly from what I was told, he has no idea why this pops up. He doesn't even have a clue. But I've never talked to the man, so I'd have no idea. That's just from what I've been told. He doesn't even know why he's credited as such.
And in saying this, you'd be right. Sort of. In the same way that you'd be correct in saying that the Wright brothers invented the airplane. When in reality, it's a little bit more complicated than that.
As you would assume, especially from a lot of different people trying to make their own stuff, and then like the first companies that then developed airsoft trying to claim that they made the first this and that. Airsoft, are you watching Soothing? What? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I just now realized I totally fucked this one up. So I will make my points clear again. So I just totally screwed this up. So what I was trying to say was definitely first off, support the airsoft content creator. Totally screwed this one up.
A global battle sport based on the.
So the first argument was, does airsoft count as a sport or a hobby? Because I know that a lot of people debate back and forth if it is or not.
Gaining in popularity for over 50 years.
But one thing we were trying to make a point of.
Where did airsoft come from? Well, if you do a skim dive, you'll see that airsoft was created by this man, Ichiro Nagata, in Japan.
So I was trying to make the point earlier that if you go ahead and Google who invented airsoft, it shows airsoft originated from Japan in the early 1970s when photographer Ichiro Nagata was an avid shooting enthusiast himself, thought about making model guns that shoot real projectiles that could not kill. Now, I've actually talked several times with Japanese airsofters about Ichiro, and supposedly he has no idea why he is credited with inventing airsoft. So this one is like something that will pop up on you on Google, but we don't know exactly why he's credited with such. He himself does not think that he created airsoft, but I've never talked to the guy. I've never met him in any way, shape, or form, so I don't know the full story.
And in the 1970s.
Absolutely pro streamer, my man.
Right, sort of. In the same way that you'd be correct in saying that the Wright brothers invented the airplane. When in reality,
You're Big Scott
it's a little bit more complicated than that. You see, Ichiro didn't just wake up one day and say, airsoft, yeah, I'm gonna make that. No, if you want to track the true origins of airsoft, you're gonna need to follow the global events and technological advancements that brought us to what we know as airsoft today.
Here's a funny thing that I'm not sure if it's credited here, but do y'all want to know why the MP7, the original Tokumuri MP7 and the KWA ones, why they're not 1-to-1 scale, and why it was a big deal whenever the MP7 was made 1-to-1 scale by VFC? So, without saying names here, because there are certain things that I know that I shouldn't repeat, there was somebody that was helping with training, like a police force, and they got a certain message from a company, and they were asking if they could get photos of the MP7 that they were using for training, so they could make a replica of it. So this person did send photos, but they sent photos of it right on the floor, like straight downward, and there was nothing to actually show a scale comparison. So like if I sent you a photo like this, right? You have nothing to scale this for. Like there was no shoes, there was no tools, there was no measurement devices of any sort on the ground whenever these photos were taken and sent to this particular airsoft manufacturer. So they just ran with it and they just guesstimated the size of this thing. And what I assume is whenever the KWA KSC version got made as well, they just thought that this company did it correctly, so they copied them. And it was also not correct. So when BFC did it, they did it because they actually had access to the real thing, so they made it actual 1-to-1 scale. So that's the reason why the MP7, at least, was not properly scaled. So there's some interesting.
So without further ado, let's hop right in. Our story begins over 150 years ago in a little place called Murica with this man, Clarence Hamilton. You see, Clarence was a watchmaker and a tinkerer by nature. And one day, he got it into his mind that he wanted to build an all-metal, spring-powered air rifle.
So I'm guessing like the Daisy rifles and such. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and skip quite a bit here because I want you guys to watch the actual airsoft video yourself, so you can definitely credit him in one way or another. I'm going to skip a large portion here. Whenever the part where I've been interested in quite a bit and actually know a lot of different stuff about.
Detailing a sport that people were playing in America.
I will watch this again myself.
Survival game.
So,
where you would use paint markers.
but this isn't a party to watch a specific video.
Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Once the Japanese model gun enthusiasts got a hold of this information, they were inspired. And it wasn't long before they were using their shell-ejecting soft air guns to create survival games of their own.
I think I've seen this video myself. And shell ejecting airsoft games where everybody has shell ejecting guns sounds so damn cool, but it sounds so miserable to have to go back and pick up all the shells, like every player. So think about like after the game, you have to have like a 20-minute intermission just so everybody can go back throughout the arena and look for their shells to their specific replicas. That would be hell. However, if an airsoft company were to figure it out where they could make a shell ejecting airsoft gun that has stellar performance, so think of 200, 250 feet performance, but still with shell ejection, and the shells are biodegradable and they're cheap, airsoft would be completely changed.
Called Subaibro Gimo. Now, if you've ever had a Springer airsoft battle, you know they can be lots of fun.
When everybody's on the same skill level of whenever the replicas are all equally shit, it is so fun.
But you should also know that if you ever go against somebody with a semi-automatic or an automatic weapon, you're going to be at a distinct disadvantage. And this is a fact that one particular man was eager to take advantage of. So Ichiro looked at the technology around him, and he decided to go to work and create his own weird amalgamation of a battle machine. His result? The first airsoft gas blowback ever.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken here, I think, what the hell was it called? It's the Battlemaster. I think I just saw a video go up from Explosive Enterprises. I know this went up. Explosive Enterprises. I thought they just made something. Okay, I'm wrong. I thought they just made a video just recently about this. I think actually Jet might have. But he made his own history of airsoft, which I think fell at around the same time as this video as well. Could be wrong. Yeah, I remember he made his own video. This was 10 months ago, and this one dropped before that. Well, yeah, much before that, way before that. So I think he talked about this as well. So I guess let's go ahead and get back into it. This is something I've never seen before. I do like that it has a little M4 magazine.
He called it a soft air gun because it utilized Freon silicone gas tubes from an airbrush instead of the standard CO2 canisters, which resulted in a much lower muzzle velocity
I think it
which
could be
fell
plugged
well
into
within
a
the
tank
strict
here, though.
Japanese regulations. Now, as soon as these precision soft air guns hit the market, they were a hit. Instantly, you could see the difference between a model gun and a soft air gun.
And then immediately all sorts of stuff started hitting just everybody started dogpiling all sorts of replicas in. And I bet right as this was going on, the Japanese government were quickly trying to think of
in
laws.
steps Tokyo Marui with their very first airsoft pistol. With an entire factory devoted to precision plastic molding and an eye for niche markets, they hopped right on the bandwagon.
Can I buy one of these? Just out of just curiosity. Can I find a Tokyo Marui Luger? Tokyo Marui spring shell ejecting Luger. Can I find one of these? Because it'd be kind of cool to own one of the very first one. Tokyo Marui collection, Marushin Tokyo Luger. I don't think it's very easily findable. No, I don't think I can. Probably on a very specific website or on some seller on eBay or something like that. I could probably find this, but I was just kind of curious if it's easily findable,
P08,
discoverable.
which didn't have a hop-up, only held about 16 BBs and was spring-powered. Accuracy was a little bit wanting, but the real kicker was the price.
Then it can't even go through the can.
$15.
What mags does it take?
It was an instant hit.
What magazine?
At this point,
The first soft air gun. I think it was kind of like an old paintball gun. Basically, you'd have a hopper on top, or you just put BBs into the actual gun itself.
Airsoft gun companies were popping up all over Japan.
If y'all want to hear a fun, weird conspiracy theory, because I love these airsoft conspiracy theories, because no one actually has credible no one really has credible evidence of these, but it's one of those things where you could be I can kind of understand where that's coming from. So supposedly, and you know me, I'm not gonna say specific companies for this, but supposedly there was an airsoft company that wanted to weed out their own competition and get a lot of these people in trouble. So what they did was they tipped off the governments of Japan and China and I think maybe Taiwan to get certain bits of their competition shut down, completely shut down, or just ransacked by the police and held back. So supposedly, as this conspiracy theory goes, that this is why companies like Asahi and JAC and Maruzen and a few other companies either got completely shut down or were out of the business for a little while, or they could only make certain things. They were basically snitched out by this one specific company. So that's been a weird conspiracy theory that no one has been able to prove, really. But I've heard it said a couple times before from other old school industry folk.
And a lot of the old model gun companies could see the writing on the wall and knew it was time to make the switch. Among them, the Japanese Model Gun Collectors Association, now MGC, designed their first gas blowback.
I didn't know that's actually what MGC stood for.
The Browning Semi-Automatic. Another former model gun company named LS, who used to specialize in the manufacturing and distribution
of LS Motors
of model gun kits, which you could receive in pieces and assemble at home. Well,
I didn't even know this was a thing.
So they switched over to air.
I didn't even know that was a thing. It kind of reminds me of I know that it's super big in Japan. Model car building, of actual part. You guys have probably seen them where they come in boxes like this, where you snip all the little pieces out and you build a car like that. And honestly, if you guys can feel, I know it's a weird percentage of people, if you can actually enjoy ASMR without being a freaking weirdo about it. I used to love watching, where are they? If I just type that in. Yeah, I used to love watching these. I love watching these because it's exactly what you would think. It's just guys building, die-cast cars from scratch, basically. and they're painting them, they're cutting everything proper, and then they do even extra stuff to make these cars look beautiful. And this is not my thing at all. Like this is not something I would do myself. I like model car collecting, but I could never build my own stuff. This is so much talent that goes into stuff like this. I love these. I used to watch these to go to sleep, especially on planes, because I have a very hard time of sleeping on planes.
It's even pieces and assemble at home. Well, they saw an opportunity, so they switched over to airsoft.
Elite Raptor, I'm having a great time, my man.
Started selling model airsoft gun kits that you could buy.
Yo, Grumpy Pants, how you freaking doing?
Home. And the beauty of this
bonus stream, yes,
sell internationally, and thus airsoft was introduced in the world. And not long after, Tokyo Marui designed their first automatic electric gun.
Once this happened, once the FAMAS hit and Tokyo Marui became established with just this gun, it was over for everybody else. Because I can't remember what they did after this. I can't remember if it was the M16A2. I can't remember if that was their second big breakthrough. Or, yeah, I can't remember. I think it was the M16A2 they did after this that was like, okay, yeah, Tokyo Marui is going to be the shit. Because once they did this, it was over for so many different people.
The FAMAS, with innovative technology like an electro-pneumatic gearbox, as well as hop-up.
The only thing I wonder is why the hell did they make a FAMAS out of the very first thing? Somebody went, yeah, we're going to do this automatic electric gun. It's going to be totally experimental. No one's going to know about this. It's going to blow everybody out of the damn water. Okay, but what are we actually going to replicate? An AK? An M4? FAMAS. Give that man a promotion, rub his dick right now. That guy needs that guy's awesome. Like that. Why the hell a FAMAS? Why did they do a FAMAS?
We finally.
That had to be some executive decision. Like that was like had to have been like when Crytek did the P90 and everybody's like, why the P90? And so we basically got the answer of because the P90 is fucking cool.
Get to see airsoft as we know it today.
Oh, give me an MPL. I want a Walther MPL so bad, but
rest is history.
Doesn't exist really now. I will say this was one of the best videos. Like I remember everybody talking about this. Just from what I've seen and as I skimmed through it, this is very well put together. And there isn't that many channels that do this kind of content. I don't think this is primarily an airsoft channel, though. I think he focuses on the origins of everything. Yeah, the origins of everything eventually. So, yeah, origins of F1. Actually, I might be interested in this because I'm honestly kind of bored of F1 because a lot of the cars just look exactly the same. I like GT racing a lot more. He's got one for speed softers. That's interesting. Basically, every airsoft speed QB. Actually, I might watch that. But yeah, I'm kind of curious about this stuff. It looks like he used to focus more on airsoft. He definitely did used to focus more on airsoft. But maybe he got tired of like getting demonetized and all the stupid shit that he had to deal with by being specifically an airsoft channel. But yeah, I would actually look into this more. If that kind of content quality, oh, that's a Honda NSX. If that kind of content quality goes throughout the entire channel, that is very awesome. Like I said, there's not that many channels that focus on like that kind of editing sphere. Like I'm just gonna quickly go to his F1 video. Peugeot.
And meanwhile, in a cafe somewhere in
I like
France,
it. There's class to this, you know. There's character
the
to this.
1902 race until settling.
Really good channel, I think. Really cool channel. Definitely would recommend watching the actual full origins of firearms. Like the origins of airsoft for sure, just so you can really get educated on that. There was nothing I'd be like, that's absolutely wrong. There was nothing like that. I would definitely say check out the channel for sure. Go check out Origins. Go check out his series on that. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I guess we'll go back to Big Scott mode here and try to remember to switch back. What did the TM FAMAS come? When did the TM FAMAS come out? The barrel length? Yes. I don't know what's going on, Douglas. I'm sorry. Is it possible to drift a horse and wagon? Only if it's a real leg drive. Big enough to put motor and gearbox in it, I think, Scott. It could have been that, honestly. That could have been the reason why the FAMAS was done, is because it's so big that it would be pretty easy to put the motor and all that stuff in. Because if you think of something like the jackhammer, like the jackhammer shotgun, the AA-12, what else? Like the 1919, the bodies of those things are so big that you could basically put anything inside of it, like electronics-wise, and it'll work. So I can kind of understand why that would probably be the reason why for that. Why that could be it. What happened to the LCT RPK? Nothing. They're both behind me. I've got mine and I've got the one to give away. I just got to make the videos for them, and I can't make 4 or 5 videos all in a weekend. It takes a while. So the Arcturus video is done, so I'm free to do another review. The first one of the LCT videos I'm going to do will be my LCT stainless steel AKM video. I'm taking the stainless steel AKM to Noob Day on the 20th of this month. So while I'm there, I'll film a whole bunch of stuff for that video. And then after that, I'll probably work on the RPK video. I know you guys really want to see me give away that thing. Gamera, I would yes for the wagon, but might not end that well for the horse. Now, the horse is something that can be maintained and fixed later on. Or replaced. Okay, wait. I gotta show you this. I gotta go back to Little Scott mode. I gotta show you this. Where is it? God, I spelled emergency like a 12-year-old. Oh, where is this? I gotta find this clip. I used to watch the Gaming Lemon all the damn time. I used to love watching this guy. Where is it? Oh, hopefully I can find this clip just by skimming through here.
Something's going down. You have to investigate. Emergency, stop!
Okay, that's not the clip I was looking for, but... Oh, where is it? Is it this one?
Reported seeing a strange figure walk past, and when they went to check where he went, he just vanished. The figure has been said to the person who has once lived here before it was taken over by a gang, and she would
here it
back
is.
to the old lady. Watch where you're going! Jesus Christ! Damn, this is the coolest horse I've ever had!
Okay, never mind. I can't find this clip. It's like he finds a minigun out in the a Gatling gun out in the middle of the wild, and he like shoots his horse straight down in the head and just yells "emergency stop." It's basically, you could have the same effect if you wanted to drift a horse. Let's see. Matthew, how you freaking doing, my dude? Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. FAMAS out of production. No, I've seen, when we were in Japan, I saw all the Tokimori FAMASs out there. Mayday Sun wanted one so damn bad. Let's see. It's a bullpup, longer barrel, would increase the power and accuracy. I just wonder, out of like all the things, like a FAMAS, like they thought everybody's gonna want a FAMAS. It wasn't like, I bet there was a lot of people that's like, God, I hate the FAMAS so bad. But it's the first AEG, so it's going to be way better than any of the other airsoft stuff out there in the world. And then as soon as they got a different option for an AEG, they're like, all right, fuck the FAMAS, I want that M16. I built a Tech 9 of sorts that takes M4 magazines and it's AEG, but I run the wires like an HPA line. Matthew, what abomination did you make? A Tech 9 running on M4 magazines and the wires are run like HPA. That's interesting. Let's make a FAMAS. It'll be all uphill from there. Yo, Gigan, thank you very much for the love, my man. I don't know. Maybe there was, honestly, the way I think about it was they probably did the FAMAS specifically because whoever was really in charge of like what they were going to make said so, you know? Like, it's my damn airsoft company. I will choose what we make as a replica. Okay, so what shall we take a look at next? I'm thinking I could probably give some more commentary behind any videos that I've actually made myself, if you guys are into that. I know we did the unpopular airsoft opinions videos, and you guys really seem to like that. So what would you guys like for me to check out? I'm thinking that we should probably pull up one of the unpopular airsoft opinions videos and I could actually give my actual responses to a lot of those comments. If that sounds good to you guys, let me know in the comments. Or if there's a different video that you guys would like for me to give my own comments on, I'm totally all right with that. For the most part, we just chilling in here. And of course, I can just take a look at anything else that you guys are interested in. Let's see. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Let's see. I'm thinking. I know that we did when we did it last time. We also did it on Reddit, but we looked at someone else's unpopular Airsoft Opinions subreddit thread because I knew nothing about those ones in specific. Unpopular. I haven't done one of these in a while. I probably should. Sounds great. Okay, I guess we'll be doing this then. I don't know. Suing YouTubers would be exciting. Okay, I guess we'll go over this one. So, I haven't done one of these in a while. I also remember there was a little bit of pushback. The last time we made one of these, I'm on Little Scott mode, right? Hopefully. Yes. Am I? Yes. Okay, so last time I made one of these, there was some pushback. I did see a few comments, people saying that, okay, this series was good, but we need to stop doing these already. I guess because it was like, it wasn't doing anything positive anymore. I did want with this series for people to look on the inside of what other players thought about Airsoft, and maybe that would get people to think and maybe change the way of how they're playing or how they're treating other people in the community. That was initially my thought. And this whole series was actually based, or not based, but, was actually influenced by a channel called Radio TTS. And he used to do, like, the Reddit-style stories. But he used to do them over, like, dark stuff. Like, paramedics, what's the worst call you've ever been to? Dispatchers, what's the worst phone call that you got called? Police officers, this, and people who've killed people, tell me your story, and stuff like that. I'm just going to skip the intro and go straight into it.
You signed the waiver to get shot with BBs. Don't get all angry when you get shot somewhere you don't want to, when you weren't smart enough to cover it before you signed the waiver.
I can get behind that completely. Everything's free game in Airsoft when it comes to areas of you getting hit. Will I shoot someone in the head? Yes. Will I intentionally do it if I have a very clear shot of anywhere else? No, I won't do that. Now, I am not above overshooting somebody who is absolutely not calling it. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people who think that people are cheating in Airsoft, when in reality, they're just not reaching the person with their BBs. When I can physically see my BBs without a doubt bouncing off of somebody or they're flinching from the hits, right? That's when I know differently. If I'm trying to shoot someone who's like 250 feet out and I'm not seeing them call it, my first initial thought is they're cheating. Now, again, that's probably one of the times I'd be like, okay, he's not calling it. Let me hit somewhere that will hurt, you know? Because then it'll either make them be like, oh shit, someone's on to me. Someone knows that I'm not calling my hits. Or if I don't start calling my hits, they're going to start aiming for like my neck or my ears or something like that. And everybody has a pain tolerance. But yeah, everything's fair game in Airsoft. But am I going to feel really, really bad if I accidentally shoot someone in the teeth? Oh, you can bet that. I'm not going out there trying to ruin people's lives over Airsoft.
People having extreme brand loyalty to the point where they scoff at anyone else's loadout if it ain't X brand. As it rings true in many other hobbies and professions, it's not the equipment that makes the player. If people really have skills in Airsoft, then they could beat out Crytek elitists with a full WeTech loadout all day.
One sign, I think, of growing up is cutting out brand loyalty. The idea that your brand, your favorite brand, can never do any wrong really doesn't allow for growth, because every airsoft company can do better. And competitiveness amongst different brands is a good thing for all of us in the overall grand scheme of things. So there are certain things that certain brands do really good, and there's other things that other brands do really good. Certain brands suck at one thing but do good at one, so on and so forth. But yeah, brand loyalty, I try to not have any, as much as I can. Everybody has their own bias. Like my top 5 brands, I guess I could say, and I want to make this into a video at some point, without going into order really. My top 5 brands: G&G, Arcturus, Tokyo Marui. Kind of looking around here. Damn, I don't even know what the other 2 would be. WE Tech, maybe, and there's reasons for that. Maybe, yeah, it's really difficult. Maybe LCT, maybe. But I would have to really think about it. And a lot of the times when it comes to my top companies, like Tokyo Marui and G&G are at the top because of their oh my god, the variety in their catalog. They make a little bit of everything, you know? That's what I really like. And a lot of times, even if the gun is terrible in performance, you can gut them out and make them good. Bring back the A10 Warhog Flamethrower. Oh my god. That thing was crazy. What's this video about? This was the unpopular airsoft opinions. This is episode 5. People were always asking me to give my opinions about the opinions in these. So this is what I'm doing right now. For any of the shots, I just assumed they just missed or didn't fly far enough. Yeah, a lot of times like that. I only claim to myself. I don't start yelling shit across the field. I only claim to myself that someone is cheating when I can physically, without a doubt, see BBs bouncing off of them with enough force that they flinch, you know. Some people play it off pretty well, where they'll get hit and they'll pretend that nothing happened at all. And sometimes you just straight up didn't feel it because of adrenaline or because you're running or something like that. So I'm not the kind of person to lose my shit over someone not calling an airsoft hit.
The amount of videos I see of indoor arena players intentionally head and face shooting other players is a little unsettling, to be honest. I don't know when we got away from encouraging center mass shooting and shaming this behavior, but fields and sites need to do better at curbing and discouraging this. And we should police our own, so to speak, so they don't have to. At the end of the day, it's kind of a dick move and done for the gram and clicks and doesn't serve to better the community.
Fuck the community. That's basically the intent for a lot of people that are specifically going out there to hurt people. They don't care about the community. They're not doing it to hold some grandstanding. They're doing it for the clicks. They don't give a shit about what you think because they're not trying to encourage you. The people they are trying to either get the clicks or the clout from are people that don't even give a shit about airsoft in the first place. They like the engagement, the negative influence. People who are specifically trying to hurt other people in any way or just shit talking in a way, they don't care about what the airsoft community thinks, because that's not the audience that they're trying to excite. If they get a lot of hate from the airsoft community, it just means that they're getting clicks, likes, shares, and all that. Even if you're sharing the video to be like, wow, look at what kind of a piece of shit this guy is, they still win. You shared their video, you're talking about them, they win. So a lot of times whenever stuff like this happens, I just don't acknowledge it. I don't even give them credit. It didn't happen. I don't care. Because the best thing to do is to completely ignore them, because then they get nothing out of it. However, that kind of thing doesn't work for everybody. And like I said, people share it. People try to shame them, but they're not going to take the shame. They're going to take your clicks, which might turn into money and subscribers and likes. That's what they care about.
I'm not sure if this counts as an unpopular opinion, more than just an unfortunate limitation of airsoft, but the range of airsoft rifles is so terrible that it makes large milsim events feel goofy, because you have whole squads of dudes engaging laughably close, or tons of guys standing just out of the range while the whole enemy team moves around in front of them. But my other unpopular opinion is that sniping gameplay is boring as hell.
So I do like the dichotomy of this. He thinks it's hilarious in an embarrassing way that we have to be so close up to engage, but sniping content is boring as hell. So I do wonder if airsoft guns had like the range of 600 feet out, everything did. That would be more exciting. That actually might be a lot more exciting. I totally agree on that. We have had some hilarious firefights within like 200 to 150 feet. I've also seen like 40 feet, like 50 feet engagements where both parties are completely missing, and then you get to laugh at each other at just how shit you guys are playing. So no, I can understand where this is coming from completely. Let's see. There is Ingram gas blowback, but you think it might be okay. I'm jumping into other people's conversations. What I hate is when somebody keeps shooting after I continuously yell hit. Yeah, extra balls are always going to be a thing. But you can tell whenever it's like, oh, he was just shooting a little too quickly, but he understood I'm hit. Maybe I got hit 2 or 3 extra times. And then there's, I'm just trying to hurt you in, as much as I can before I move on to the next person. And there's different
Most
people like that in
techs
every
have
game.
no mechanical/engineering experience. They just do what other people do or what everyone tells them is good in age-old forums, mostly due to a lack of standardization, but also because of people talking about stuff they don't understand.
One thing I would say is there is a clear difference between EU, Asian, and US airsoft, and things are done completely differently in these regions. Something that makes a lot of sense in Europe will mean nothing to an American. It might mean something to a Japanese player. But a lot of stuff that happens in Japan makes no sense to American airsofters. So that argument can go a lot of different ways. Also, I remember in the comments of this video, there were people saying, "What does having a degree in engineering or something like that have anything to do with airsoft teching?" Because what now? Everybody has to have a degree to say anything about airsoft teching. Because it might sound a little gatekeepy. That, and all we know is maybe that person thinks that they're better at teching than anybody else, or is kind of shielding some specific content creator or some tech in general or something like that. So I would like to know something else behind the person who wrote behind. I would like to know more of why that comment was made specifically, because there's a lot of different variables to something like that.
Using/zeroing in your optics in airsoft is paramount. In CQB, especially, being able to get out and target quickly is OP. It's one shot and you're out. In CQB and ranges around 20 meters or so, your airsoft toy will be accurate enough to hit a man-sized target. And it especially helps when you're shooting at knuckles and shooting offhand. If anything, the dot is a good point of reference for your BBs. Also try using your irons in low light. It's not fun.
That part, yeah, I totally understand about that. Yeah, if especially with longer range stuff, like my actual bolt actions, I zero in all my optics for that. Yeah, it definitely really, really helps out for sure. In CQB though, I kind of just shoot where my BBs are going because I use tracer units on almost everything I'm using whenever I'm in CQB. So I kind of fudge it.
BBs.
Yeah, exactly, just tracer BBs.
Need to maintain awareness of iconology used by hate groups. Nothing convinces me faster that a venue isn't worth my time than walking in and seeing neo-Nazi patches on gear.
These comments always piss off people in the comments. Because one, I can see staff being like, it is not my job to be up to date with every piece of slang and hate, hate characteristic and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people that hide it kind of well. So I don't know. There was also a moment of time where, like, for whatever reason, people were using, and they still do, once in a while, people will try to use Nazi memorabilia to seem edgy and cool. But I don't know who they're acting cool to, because I don't know anybody who's, like, Hey, bro, that's so funny. You got some lightning bolts on your shoulder? Ha ha ha! Wow, you're so edgy. That doesn't. No, I don't understand how that happens. But yeah, I can see where that person's probably where they're coming from. But staff members are only going to care so much, and then of course others are going to be like, "It's not my job, dude." So just as long as that person's not outwardly going and being a jerk to people, they're not going to go after it a lot of times.
Sued a big YouTuber for making a cheater video and won? That would be exciting. The landscape of airsoft videos would change up, and we might even see influencers writing up contracts before they make videos at places. How?
Okay, this is one of them. This is definitely a difficult one.
If a field sued
I'll break this
a
down.
big YouTuber for making a cheater video and won, that would be exciting.
Okay, picture any specific YouTuber that that has made it big off of a lot of cheater style videos, right? Now imagine if they got sued or taken to court from a field for making a certain video like that. How would that change up the the atmosphere of content creation? It would be exciting, but not in a good way, I don't think. This is somebody who most likely is tired of seeing cheater and fight videos, okay? And they might have even been affected by one in some way. How would it change up content creation? A lot of people will be either scared to make cheater or fight videos, which might be seen as a huge positive to people, but I am not for censoring people. So, yes, it would change the landscape because some people would be scared. Other people would take it as a challenge, and you might see a lot more of them from certain content creators. Or just new people just trying it out because it's like, oh, I hope they try to sue me. That kind of mentality. I'm not for censoring people. I'm totally not against that. Well, I'm absolutely against censoring people. What I'm trying to say. I even like to think of it like this. I've said this before that I would, if I had to run as a German soldier for some event, I specifically would not want to have swastikas or lightning bolts or any of that memorabilia or iconology, placed on me. Now, if somebody else did, I don't mind. I don't care. It matters more of how that person is acting. So that's fine. Now, if there was a rule where they said that you absolutely cannot do this kind of stuff, there'd probably be a little bit of backlash. I think of it like this. You could also just go out in the streets and be absolutely a huge racist piece of shit and just talking all sorts of slurs to people, right? The freedom of speech allows that. So that is something you could do, yes. But if you get punched in the fucking mouth for it, I'm not gonna be sorry for you. That's kind of what comes with the territory. So you gotta still police yourself. But you can't really start suing people because of that. Also, I don't think that will hold up in a court case.
The landscape of airsoft videos would change up, and we might even see influencers writing up contracts before they make videos at places. Also,
you would have to see how far could you go with this. Because who draws the line over what's a fight video, what's a cheater video, The landscape of airsoft videos would change up, yes. And we might even see influencers writing up contracts before they make videos at places. Yes, that could happen. This could happen. Would that negatively affect airsoft content creation and the exposure for airsoft? Yes. Even if you don't like it, cheater and fight videos do influence people to either pick up the game, look more into the game. You would be absolutely ridiculous to say that cheater and fight videos do not encourage people in some way to look up more about airsoft or join the game. It does absolutely bring in some people in. Now, I'm not saying all of them or a huge number of them. I'm sure that there are way different types of videos that pull in a bigger percentage of people. But yeah, if you were to outright make it basically illegal in some sense to make those types of videos and people are having to write contracts, there's going to be a lot less content, which in turn would negatively affect airsoft in a different way. So,
how is airsoft supposed to evolve or get better if everyone has wildly different opinions about how the game should be played, what's right and wrong, and how someone should or shouldn't play?
You could change airsoft. How is airsoft? You can change that for the car community, skateboarding, roller skating, hockey, soccer. It doesn't matter. You could attribute this one comment to everything. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. Different people are going to have different play styles. That's just kind of how humanity works.
The worst part is nearly all of these opinions directly conflict with each other. I don't play airsoft at all, mainly just in it for the gun replicas. But if this is the road that airsoft is going down, I am worried for the future of this community.
I can't say I think the same on that, just because, like I said, that's kind of something you could attribute to everything. So I'm not sure where that comment would stick with me. Nothing beats steel. It's just I'll have to get my hands on a KWA then to tear down. Oh, we're still talking about. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in there.
Fight or cheater videos happen because the refs themselves are immature and lack being able to do their job and stop things like that from happening.
I can understand that a bit because there are a lot of videos I've seen, cheater and fight videos since, that could have been stomped out so damn quickly and have basically ruined the types of videos that we would expect. You're not going to be able to do all of it because, I mean, that would be a reaction and actions are going to be much faster. So you can't stop somebody going to a field and here's an example. You can't stop someone from going to the field and using this background image on the video as an example. Nothing is stopping me from walking up on the ref as he's looking off in the distance and putting my gun pretty much right behind his ear and blasting him right in the back of the head. Nothing's going to stop that basically from happening as quickly as I can do it. That would be I would never be able to do anything else again in airsoft, most likely. But reacting to that is going to be really difficult. Now, if this ref walked up on a bunch of guys that were yelling at each other and he could sense that a fight's about to break out, and he immediately got in the middle of that, he's telling people to go away, he's pushing people in different directions, other players are getting in the middle too and stopping that from escalating, that would in turn ruin the possibility of having the next big fight video that goes viral all over airsoft and becoming the next big thing and is used as an example as to why airsoft is terrible in the first place. So yes, staff can definitely stomp this shit out before it ever escalates. Now, they will not be able to stomp out everything for the reason that actions are much faster than reactions.
Also, I have never once watched one of these videos and said, wow, I am never going to that field. I always think that person was having a bad day or crazy, but never blame it on the actual field.
Yeah, because also a lot of stuff could happen anywhere. I've seen fights almost break out. Let's see. Lavernia, Mission Airsoft, Temple Airsoft, D14, 878. I've seen them happen at pretty much every single field that I frequent at a lot. That doesn't mean that it only happens there. Even if right now, right this moment, someone uploaded a 5-man brawl amongst a bunch of people at D14, that doesn't happen every weekend at D14. The huge fight that happened at Jungle, at Wildlands, that doesn't happen every weekend there. However, it was one of the most notorious, infamous videos that happened when it came to fight videos in airsoft. So that place got a terrible reputation. So a one-off thing doesn't mean field bad. What you could focus on, though, is how the staff reacts to it. So, I mean, if that kind of thing happened and you just saw all the staff members in the background just like with their dicks out and they just didn't give a shit, that's different. So that would go to show that the staff doesn't give a shit about that situation. So there's a lot more factors to that kind of stuff.
Someone say airsoft has the most divided communities. Honestly, I think it's because airsoft is made up of a dozen different communities, and it can be a dozen different things to different people. It's a sport, it's LARPing, it's a serious sim for military tactics and training, it's a chill time to goof around and have fun. And everyone is both right and wrong depending on where they are, who they're with, and what their personal goals are. The same thing can be said about paintball, but I think a lot of people, myself included, like airsoft more since they look more realistic.
No
I'm
problems
not
there.
a celebrity, but I'm aware that bigger YouTubers are not keeping newcomers from getting better. I watch experienced and new airsoft YouTubers alike, and I know I'm not the only one.
Here's a fun bit of lore. So this is me in the background, right? This is at Extreme Airsoft during one of their anniversary events, and they have a car show that takes place right in front of the store. They used to. So this was like the last day I ever had my GoPro equipment before it just disappeared. So I was filming all this stuff, and I never got the footage because all the content was on the SD cards and the GoPros that were disappeared. I know what this is a response to. We took a look at one of the other episodes of the Unpopular Airsoft Opinions, and there was a guy saying that if like a bunch of the really big airsoft content creators dropped content creating, that it would actually benefit the community because a lot of newcomers could make content and get sponsored. That basically all the big airsoft YouTubers are hogging up all of the sponsorships. So if we just fucked off, then you would have a much better opportunity of getting sponsored. So yeah, this is most likely a response to that.
Experienced and new airsoft YouTubers alike, and I know
Lone
I'm
Wolf,
not the
I
only
guess
one.
I shall see you a
And
little
bigger
bit later
creators
on, man.
stepping down from
Later, Cruz.
sponsorships isn't
Yep,
going
Lone
to
Wolf,
help the
thank you again for the
smaller ones
$25 dono.
There
I very
are
much appreciate you, my
plenty of
man.
these gear
Thank you very much for coming out. Hopefully I'll see you in the next live stream. We are still streaming every Friday. This was a bit of a bonus stream.
companies that can sponsor multiple content creators, but they're only going to sponsor creators who have the reach that they want.
Yeah, love it or hate it, if you don't get the views, if you aren't making a splash at all in the content world, why would a company sponsor you if you're not making views, no one knows about you, you have no effect on the community in any way? Why would they sponsor you? Why would you sponsor somebody who has no effect? You need to prove to these companies that your content matters in a view aspect, in a community aspect, in a bunch of different ways. You yourself wouldn't put money into a person or a business and expect no return in investment at all. So yeah, there are plenty of these gear companies that can sponsor multiple content creators, but they're only going to sponsor creators who have the reach that they want. Exactly.
If you want sponsorships, then do something new and interesting to set your channel apart from the 1,000 others and earn it. The best upgrade you can make to your loadout is going to the gym and eating healthy.
Word. So whenever I got the MG4A2 and I took it out for the first time, I had such a problem running the thing because it just, weight-wise, it was killing my back and my shoulders playing with my MG4A2. But my MG4A2 is freaking awesome, so I want to play with it. So I picked up going to the gym every single day. We're going to go later on as well. So yeah, I go to the gym every day, and I can run my GMG42, and I have a whole lot of fun. So definitely get yourself into the gym whenever you can, so you can really enjoy the full extent of anything when it comes to airsoft. And dude, I don't need to be the one to tell you to get healthy.
If you keep your body in good athletic shape, so
Yo,
you're
Armos, how you freaking doing, my man?
Spank a lot
Ellis, how you
of people
doing,
with
man?
better gear than you.
Ellis, hey Scott, what do you think about the new Type 100 that's on pre-order? Me personally, I want it. Oh, sorry, Elite Raptor. I'm sorry. Actually, I saw it. Yes. So we'll come back to this real quick. So what Elite Raptor is talking about is, for those who don't know, who was it? That is not what I'm looking for. I am looking for. Where is it? Oh man, where is it? I think it's S&T. I should probably just. I think it's S&T that are doing it. They are doing a Type 100. And now I cannot find it. There it is. So, yes, S&T Type 100, the Japanese experimental SMG. Woo. Yeah, they're doing it. It's real wood, bipod, and everything. I know a old school Call of Duty Zombies YouTuber who, like, this is one of his favorite guns of all time. And I'm going to try to get one of these to see if it's any good before he gets one. So yeah, he's pretty excited about it. This isn't one of my favorite guns, really, but I used to kick ass with this on Dare Reese, playing World at War. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in it myself. Hopefully it's good. I do wonder what magazines it'll be running on. Hopefully it's not, specific to it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Even if you don't know the first thing about room clearing or strategic coordination, being in shape goes a very long way. It's like in combat sports. It doesn't always matter if you know how to fight better than your opponent. If your opponent eats healthier and lifts weights more often, they can beat you anyway. It doesn't matter how much you know about fighting if you're not upgrading your body.
Long story made short, get to the gym. Get to the gym, start pumping.
How to fight, but is a physical monster, can stomp you. Similarly, it doesn't matter how.
Also, for someone like me, I have to go in every single day, or I immediately lose all my. This goes on for a while. I have to go in the gym every single day, or I start losing muscle mass pretty much instantly. So, and I'm taking no proteins, nothing. I'm 100% natty. I take nothing, no pills, no protein, no added protein, stuff like that. So I honestly, I sabotage myself, but I just want to do it 100%
Most
natural.
arguments about brands are stupid because 90% of players fall into two categories. Too casual to care about the nitty-gritty of a gun, or serious enough that they'll just gut everything to replace it with aftermarket parts. If the externals are durable and look good, then why does it matter if the motors are mid, or if it doesn't have a Type 4 barrel?
For me, when it comes to modding, I only mod what needs to be done. So I can't show it off because of YouTube rules. But I just got an LCT M16A4, and the carry handle on top is broken. So if I can literally pull it off very easily. So that's getting replaced. I think I'm going to replace the motor because I noticed that if I connect the battery to it, it immediately starts to make a burning smell. So I'm going to replace the motor, check out the wiring, just because why not? I haven't shot it at the range, but if it shoots under 250 feet out, because of the full-length M16A4 barrel, then I'll probably swap out all the compression parts, the barrel, the hop-up, and get that thing up pretty high. So I only mod internals if I absolutely need to, because the performance that it's dishing out is just, doesn't make any sense. It's just unexcusable. So that's when I start doing my modding. I don't start modding immediately. That's not my thing.
Community are not much better than Call of Duty fans. We hate everything every company makes, and we think we're being funny by setting up everyone to fail. If you really stop and look at ourselves, you'll see that we ruin everything for the sake of memes or because we think we could do it any better.
Okay, so I can kind of understand a chunk of this. There are a lot of people that think that, you can look at it from pretty much any Facebook or Instagram, even YouTube posts. LCT talks about a new gun they're going to release. G&G talks about something they're going to release. The comments are like, you should have done it this way. It better not be AEG. I hope you guys replace your shitty ETUs and stuff like this. Like, everybody's got to say something like this. And I always look at it like, oh yeah, because if I was in charge, I'd have the best airsoft company ever, and I wouldn't make any mistakes. That's the way I usually see it. Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't say that everybody's stupid. I would say that there's definitely some credible insight coming from the community, but there's a lot of no company knows what they're doing. That everybody else knows what they're doing much better. But yeah, I think we do tend to take a lot of the hype away by saying some stupid stuff. Sometimes. Like, think of the Crytek Chris Vector, the gas blowback one. Whenever that was announced, people jumped on that shit so fast, and there were so many fake statistics and facts and all sorts of stuff going on about that. So I jumped on actually making a video disproving a bunch of stuff and actually telling people what to expect when the gun came out. And yeah, I felt like I just needed to do something like that. That would get some good views, of course. So I felt the need to do that, and I know it's only a matter of time before more stuff like that comes out and everybody jumps on it and starts either trying to shoot it down before it even gets released, or some fake stats and facts come out about it, and it kind of hinders the actual release of it.
Japanese style airsoft is superior to American style airsoft. 1. Japanese airsoft tends to be more tactical, I guess, because most of the fields are
Yo, hidden screen, how you doing, my
most
man?
game modes played are one life.
Hello,
game
Scott.
modes.
I am typing
They
this
often have
on a new laptop. I am pretty happy right now. Riley, that's awesome, my man. I'm gonna have to get some repairs done to my laptop very soon, so I can't wait to get everything back up to normal. But dude, awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in, my man. By the way, GMP also makes an M14. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping in someone else's conversation. Hey Scott, I just got back from the field. It went good, but my M4 is still not working. That's a huge bummer, my man. Arctic Airsoft, how you freaking doing, my man? Lost and Found Bin, how are you doing too? But what ended up happening, my man? Brickface. What's not working?
rules limiting how fast.
Let me go ahead and skip a little bit forward. Do not associate. Interesting. What is this one?
The more people have access to firearms, the more violence involving firearms will occur. The closer the airsoft community ties itself with the real steel firearms companies, the higher the chance airsoft will be targeted by anti-gun legislation, and we have neither the money or armies of lobbyists needed to buy as many government officials as the NRA has to protect ourselves. Expecting the firearms oligarchy to protect us is naive. Distancing ourselves from them and branding ourselves like paintball might be our best bet in the long run.
Okay, I can see something like that biting us in the ass really badly. The way I see it is whenever the last possible Canadian airsoft ban went up, I did see some comments from some firearms some like people from the firearms community saying, "You guys don't care about these bills. You guys only care about airsoft." So I can see if we made it clear that we don't give a shit about the real firearms community. We don't care about the 2A. Then if anything comes out where they could possibly ban airsoft, why would the real firearms community have any reason to back us up? They already, a lot of times, from what I keep gathering, is a lot of times they don't like us already. Why are we going to make it so much worse where they just don't give a shit? Like, oh, we don't care if you guys get banned. Actually, good riddance. Fuck you guys. You're going to get that kind of thing. I go to real firearms events, and whenever I bring up airsoft, a lot of it gets met with disdain. It's a joke. A lot of times they just fucking don't like us. So why would we intentionally make that worse? Now, I do understand, especially if this person doesn't like the 2A in general. They don't want us to get associated with other influencers or stuff like that. I did see this pop up once in a while, like when Administrative Results makes an appearance at American Milsim or Milsim West, or Grand Thumb went to Milsim West. I did see some comments. It's like, we need to get these people out of here. We don't need to be associated with any of these real firearms YouTubers. And you know what happens? They'll probably end up seeing those comments and go, you know what? Fuck you guys then. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want to start making enemies? Like, I don't quite fully understand, but that might be bias as someone who enjoys the 2A experience. Like, I support 2A, so maybe I'm biased on that. So I don't know. Maybe I lost my train of thought here, but yeah, it's a very touchy subject. I don't think we should start trying to make more enemies. Let's see. Bold take. Yeah, it's definitely a bold take. Is a GMP M14 any good? I like the G&G ones. I haven't had a chance to really mess around with the GMP ones. But I think the GMP ones take more standard, take more different styles of M14 magazines. The G&G one takes a proprietary style magazine because of the gearbox shape. What do you mean it has holes drilled in it? What? Good question. I think it's a tablet plate. I'm gonna buy a new one and see what happens. That actually, yeah, that might be a big determining factor.
Airsoft grenades are really OP.
Okay, this is I'm just gonna skip around here, but yeah, you could totally cheese a lot of situations in airsoft, like we're just using airsoft grenades. Let's see. What can we find? Encouraging cheater videos.
Cheating is only a problem because it's encouraged by the largest creators in the airsoft space. I disagree. The main cause for cheating is poor marshaling. And I say that as an ex-marshal. If the site doesn't heavily crack down on it, it'll become endemic.
Oh yeah. Here's something that happens once in a while. I love it whenever there's a bad cheating problem during a specific game. So the ref will like either end the game right then and there early and go over the rules all over again, and it pisses off a lot of people because now if somebody starts cheating, they'll really point that person out because they don't want to go through that whole process again. So marshalling can definitely take care of a lot of those problems. I'm not sure about how many airsoft content creators are like, hey, go to your local field, don't call any of your hits, don't do it. I don't, because a lot of times, even in like cheater and fight videos, they're trying to discourage people from doing that kind of thing by shaming them. I don't know who's watching like a cheater video and going, wow, that guy's a piece of shit. I want to be just like that. I don't know who's doing that. Because then you're going to get made fun of and clowned on by everybody. So I don't know about like encouraging. I don't know who's out there encouraging you to be a huge piece of shit.
Bolt actions are in every way inferior to a DMR. A good bolt action will cost far more than, say, an SR.
Bold take, but I completely understand. If I'm getting the same reach, if I'm getting 350 feet out of a SSG-10, but I'm also getting 300 feet out of an SR-25, why would I use the bolt action besides for fun? There's going to be a little bit of extra fun with the bolt action, right? But if I'm getting the exact same performance, and I'm all for performance in this situation, then why would I specifically hinder myself with the bolt action when I can go with the semi-auto DMR?
SR-25.
It would make no sense, like, if I'm specifically focused only on performance. So let's see. Break the connection.
Opinion. I think airsoft should be more disconnected from real guns. I live in an area where very close is crime and violence, and that makes gun laws so strict to the point that there are 3 airsoft places in my state, and that's pretty sad. People try to impress their place.
That was kind of like a copy and paste of another one that we just reacted to.
If you
yeah, just trying to break away from real firearms. Gonna make some people really pissed with that. I don't know. Promote good behavior. Let's see. Tokyo Marui slander? What is this?
Tokyo Marui AEGs are overrated and are outclassed in a lot of outdoor scenarios or in places where joule limits are higher. I'm sorry, but a TM recoil shock is going to throw a .28 at 220 to 240 feet per second. I'm slapping that BB out of the air. That being said, if you live in Japan, the FPS is fine.
Yeah, I could see this being one of the problems between how I said earlier that EU airsoft, Asian airsoft, and US airsoft are completely different. Because in a lot of places in Europe and a lot of places, of course, in Asia, Tokyo Marui is king, and you're never going to dethrone that. But in America, whenever somebody takes a TM rifle out, a lot of times like, oh, cool, there's one. But I mean, it's all a lot of times more like VFC, ENL, SEMA, G&G. So yeah, you'll see them sprinkled around once in a while. But I'm the kind of person that doesn't think that Tokyo Marui is overrated. I think that they're very justified when it comes to the reputation they get. But there is a lot of people who don't like the low FPS limit, and they also don't like that a lot of people brag about their TMs whenever they have like mostly replaced parts in the internals. But yeah, TM is still going to be king, sadly, for
Average
anyone who really hates them.
Guns that people should get. I wouldn't put.
Let's go. I wouldn't post this on Reddit. Yeah, everybody's going to dogpile on you. Every shooting is an excuse. I didn't hear no bell. What was this? I didn't hear no bell.
If someone is shooting you outside the rules and leaving bruises, you should be allowed to physically retaliate.
We need cage fight airsofting. That's what's going on here. Let's see. America? Okay, this will be the last one, and then we'll see what we do after this. We might actually end this off early.
A well-regulated militia is necessary for the security of a free state, and the people's right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon. I'm not quite sure why this opinion...
Okay, yeah, I remember this. I can remember this. So this guy wrote this, like, you know, yay America kind of comment, and it was just like, okay, why did you comment this? It was like, I was not against it. It was just like, okay. It's kind of like whenever you look in the comments of certain YouTube videos and there's people, like, quoting Bible verses. It's like, all right, but why are you here? Like, it's just kind of just random comments. But yeah, that was kind of it for this episode. I did skim through it a little bit just because I wanted to get to, like, the juicy parts of it. But, yeah, I kind of like doing that once in a while just on the stream that we can just discuss all sorts of different things, airsoft-wise and such. But thank you all very much for 22 people watching. I very much appreciate all the likes and everybody just kind of tuning in. I might end it off here. I'm a little bit hungry, so I might make myself something to eat. And, you know, I don't like to eat on stream. Well, this was a bit of just like a bonus stream just because I finished up a recent video. But I do intend to make the recent video go live in 2 days as long as YouTube allows for me to make that video go live. But guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I do have a giveaway coming up very soon where one of the steps will be that you have to be subscribed to the Scott Hollenbeck streaming channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then definitely subscribe. If you haven't, actually, if you subscribe right now, it should pop up on screen. So if you haven't, then maybe do so now. But guys, I want to thank everybody for liking the stream, commenting. I want to thank Lone Wolf. I want to thank Allison Kerr for donating. Very much appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for everything you guys have done. Guys, I'm hopefully going to have some more content coming up. I have a lot of different videos to make. And then we have Noob Day coming up on the 20th of this month. I got a lot of stuff going on. But guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank everyone who liked, everybody who's donated. Just thank you all for just tuning in and just being here with me. But I guess until that next video or live stream drops from the city of San Antonio. Sorry, bad time to burp. But I guess until that next video or live stream drops from the city of San Antonio, Texas. This has been Scott Hollenbeck wishing you a good morning or a good night. And I'll be sure to see you all next time.